We all know how confusing standard gym advice can be, right? It's kind of like a giant puzzle. Well, today, we're diving into an explainer of a fascinating source document that takes a totally different approach. It outlines this highly structured, premium blueprint for creating a masterclass in movement. And the core goal here, it completely simplifies routines for absolute beginners. Instead of overwhelming you, it breaks down exercises into a super accessible Hollywood-level instructional format. We're going to unpack exactly how this curriculum guarantees a safe, effective, and honestly visually stunning learning experience.
To get us there, we'll be following a clear 5-part roadmap: the beginner instruction formula, essential bodyweight movements, introducing weighted exercises, running, stretching, and recovery, and finally, visuals and safety standards.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the beginner instruction formula, which is all about step-by-step mastering.
According to the blueprint, every single movement absolutely has to start with a strict chronological sequence. First, the display name, then the exact purpose, the start position, and finally, proper posture. I mean, think about how many fitness tutorials completely skip step 2. By explaining the why before the how, this framework perfectly simplifies the routine for novices. You're not just mimicking a movement, you're actually learning its mechanics from the ground up.
The document also mandates showing every physical demonstration in slow motion. And get this, from the front, side, and back camera angles. This 360-degree approach builds an incredibly safe foundation. By seeing the mechanics from every possible angle, a beginner can fully grasp the spatial reality of the movement. It completely eliminates that confusion you usually get from fast-paced, single-angle content.
And while the movement is actually happening, continuous graphics do the heavy lifting for your brain. With mandated breathing cues, specific sets and rest times, and these dynamic anatomical overlays highlighting exactly which muscles should be firing, there's absolutely zero guesswork. You know exactly how your body should activate and precisely when to take a breath.
Moving right along to Section 2, Essential Bodyweight Movements, or Mastering Your Own Machine.
Instead of throwing a beginner at that weird spaceship-looking hip abductor machine on day 1, the curriculum purposefully chunks everything into just 5 foundational exercises. We're talking push-ups, squats, the plank, lunges, and pull-ups. By isolating these specific movements, the routine is radically simplified. It forces the day 1 gym-goer to focus purely on mastering their own body weight, literally mastering their own machine before ever touching a piece of heavy equipment.
Now, a mandatory safety rule applies to every single movement we just mentioned. Common mistakes must be highlighted with a stark red warning, followed instantly by the correct technique. We've all seen the sagging plank, right? Well, this side-by-side visual juxtaposition actively programs your brain to avoid those common pitfalls, preventing injury before it even happens. It's a real game changer.
Next up is Section 3, Introducing Weighted Exercises, where we look at adding resistance safely.
When it's finally time for weights, the list stays ruthlessly simple. You've got the bench press, the deadlift, the shoulder press, and bicep curls. That's it. Just 4 essential lifts. By isolating these specific weighted movements, the novice is introduced to strength training in a highly controlled, totally unintimidating format. It cuts right through the noise of a crowded gym and dictates a focus only on these core lifts to build strength safely.
And notice here that safety isn't just a footnote at the end of the program, it's a non-negotiable layer for every single weighted movement. Explicit injury prevention tips are baked right in. When you're tackling heavy weights like a deadlift, this constant reinforcement of protocol is what truly simplifies the routine, and really, it gives a beginner the confidence to actually try.
Now for Section 4, Running, Stretching, and Recovery, essentially completing the cycle.
The masterclass doesn't just leave you sweaty and exhausted on the floor after your lifts. Nope, it mandates explicit instruction on running mechanics, stretching routines, and a dedicated cooldown phase. By enforcing the structure, it ensures the beginner learns how to complete the entire physical cycle. Recovering properly is treated with the exact same reverence as the workout itself, which is absolutely crucial.
So, the programming is obviously solid, but how does the presentation itself guarantee absolute focus and precision for a total beginner? That brings us to Section 5, Visuals and Safety Standards, also known as the Hollywood Standard.
The source material gives this uncompromising directive for the visual style, quote, ultra-realistic, Hollywood cinematic quality, 4K HDR, end quote. Now, why does this matter for someone just starting out? Because pristine visual fidelity removes friction. There are no low-quality distractions, no blurry phone cameras, just pure, crystal-clear instruction, keeping the learner entirely focused on what matters.
Breaking that cinematic quality down even further, the blueprint requires a professional gym environment, realistic anatomy overlays, smooth camera tracking, clean text, and premium color grading. You know, these aren't just vanity metrics. They are highly calculated educational tools designed to create a calming atmosphere. It actively strips away that gym intimidation factor, maximizing your knowledge retention.
And finally, we have to talk about the audio. An authoritative yet encouraging American fitness coach provides the step-by-step voiceover, pairing those pristine Hollywood visuals with a calm, expert voice walking you through the starting position, posture, and breathing. It completely demystifies the entire fitness experience.
This blueprint really proves that simplifying routines for absolute beginners isn't about dumbing things down at all. It's about elevating the clarity of the instruction to a true cinematic level. From the 4-step teaching formula to mastering body weight, adding resistance, and guaranteeing top-tier visual clarity, the barriers to entry have been completely removed. So, looking at the fitness content you consume, or maybe even create, is it actually simplifying the journey or just adding to the noise?